I begin, as always, in the name of Jesus. This video is going to be a review of The Walking Dead Season 4, Episode 7, Dead Weight. Okay, so we begin with the governor playing this little game of chess with Megan, and as they're talking about playing chess, and I feel like the governor's just talking about, I don't know, just referring to manipulating them and their family and just trying to just biding his time till he can show his old self again. And as he's speaking with them, we see a flashback of Martinez helping the governor and Megan out of the pit where they were surrounded by walkers. So he's talking with her, and as they are talking, when we zoom out, we see a tank. Wow! If you read the comic book, and you probably know where this is going. So that was amazing. So we go to the opening credits. We go back, and then we have Martinez. We have Martinez, the governor, and the other men heading up to a supply run, and they see these words, the words liar, rapist, murderer, and they go out there and they go into a house to look for some stuff, and as they're there, the governor just takes out a walker with a flashlight and things like that. So, and Martinez, the leader of the group, says that the only reason he was allowed into the group is because he seems to have forsaken his cool ways, given that he has a family and things like that. So, and Martinez gives him two conditions wants to let the governor know two things: that he's in charge and that there will be no debt weight. In other words, everybody has to go in and pitch in some way or some form. And also, the governor just acts as about we kind of learn about the occupations of some other people before the apocalypse. Like this, one of these guys was in the Army Reserves. I think that was Alicia, and another guy was in Fort Benning, and at Fort Benning, I think that was Mitch or something like that. Anyways, Martinez and the governor are playing some golf together, and as they're talking, the governor of Martinez just talks about how Shumpert got reckless and probably even crazy and went off and got himself bit. And so as they're going off, they playing golf, the governor is just feeling a little bit not the governor, Martinez is feeling under pressure, considering with the leadership abilities, and after him a role of co-leader, and then all of a sudden the governor, just showing that he has not changed, just decides to just to shoot him, and then just saying, I don't want it, and then I'll get back to that. And then as he's doing that, he just lays him on the pit full of walkers, and they just eat him, and that's the end of him. Back to what governor said, I don't want it. I just feel like that's like if you've taken psychology class or something, you'll see that there's the id and there's the ego. His id, I just feel like the governor's conflicted, that he doesn't want the position, but he feels like he needs to be leader. So anyways, I really don't know how I think I may have to explain in a summary section. So anyways, the next day, Peter, a guy named Pete says that that Martinez has been found dead, and that he will be declared the leader. So Peter, the governor, and Mitch decide to head down for a supply run where they're near this camp. So they find a lot of walkers and stuff, and then a little bit later, the camp is gone, mysteriously, and then afterwards, Pete Pete goes into an RV with the governor, and all of a sudden the governor decides to kill off Pete. All of these two were just pretty much showing that the governor has not changed and that he was just manipulating the same guy all along. So the governor just says to the whole group, both Lily, Tara, and Megan, that it's not safe there. They decide to go at the car and leave, and then only to run into to a to a into a quicksand place full of quicksand filled with walkers trapped in quicksand, and it just feels like he decides to change his mind, decides to go back, and he establishes himself as the leader of the group. So, and as oh, and also the governor decides to just take Pete's body, throw it to the bottom of the water where the walker is just trying to reach the surface, and to no avail. So, anyways, the governor takes his group, and with with Mitch as his right hand man, and then he decides to head up, and then he runs into the prison, and there he sees Rick and Carl. This is during the events of shortly after the events of internment, where they are out in the fields just farming, stuff like that. And he also sees Michonne and Herschel just preparing to burn all the bodies that were shot up by Rick and Carl in the last night. And then in a surge of anger, the governor just pulls out a gun at those two vigils as if he's about to fire. This such an amazing episode. It was a great step up from the previous episode. A very great step up. The governor is still the bad guy that he used to be, and we can expect a battle between Rick's group and the governor's group in the very next episode. I'll have to give this one an 8 out of 8, though an 8.8 out of 10, though. I don't know. I'm flip-flopping between 8.8 out of 10 and 9.1 out of 10. But I'll just stick with 8.8. All right. That's the end of this one. Peace.